Well, let's go back to Ulundi now, where our reporter eNCA's Manqoba Mchunu is. Of course, we just heard earlier from the son of the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi that the funeral will now be held on Saturday and not Friday. This, of course, to accommodate all the necessary procedures and processes to be finalized for that Category 1 official funeral that the President announced earlier today. Manqoba, if you can hear me, I don't think I have Manqoba at the moment. We will come back to Manqoba as soon as I can get hold of him. But let's just test again if we can hear him. Manqoba, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. Great. Of course, we heard from the Prince there himself, Zuzifa Buthelezi, that the funeral will now be held on Saturday. Of course, the main reason being for that Category 1 funeral.
Well, certainly the confirmation coming just shortly, as you've heard, from that briefing that was held by the family just a short while ago, and of course announcing that decision that the funeral of the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi will now be taking place on Saturday. And this is because there were talks, we understand, that were held by the family following, of course, that announcement by the President of affording him a special official funeral, Category 1, with military honors, and the family saying that they're quite thankful for that decision, and they say they think it's a befitting tribute to the late IFP founder and President Emeritus Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. So we also understand, of course, that the memorial will still be on Wednesday, that is tomorrow, and that is expected to also start at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. But we've been seeing quite a number of mourners coming here this morning to pay their respects and to mourn with the family. But of course, one of the announcements that has been made this morning is that from Thursday, the mourning or the mourners will no longer be allowed to come to the family homestead. This is in preparation of the funeral. Of course, there are many traditional aspects that have to be honored, and therefore they have asked that mourners not come to the family homestead. But just to add some clarity, I'm joined now by Mkhuleko Hlengwa from the IFP, who's also a member of Parliament. In fact, Scopa, thank you very much, Mkhuleko Hlengwa. Just to clarify the issues around the funeral itself, we just heard from the family that they're now moving the funeral to Saturday.
Well, as Prince Ntuthuko has indicated, the son of Prince Buthelezi, is that there was discussions following the announcement by the President that Prince Buthelezi would be afforded as official special funeral Category 1 with military honors, and therefore the logistical arrangements which were already in place would have to be adjusted to accommodate the military interventions which must now arise. So the family was agreeable to giving space in this regard to allow for the military to now come in and be able to prepare itself for what it needs to do. So that is the long and short of why there is this adjustment now to the date.
And just in terms of the memorial, I know that there will be a national memorial service that will be held tomorrow. In terms of the party, the IFP, what are the plans? Are there any memorials that you'll be holding as a party?
That is the memorial. That's the IFP National Memorial that's taking place tomorrow at the Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi Regional Stadium here in Ulundi, in the practice precinct of that statement. And we are starting at 9, and we are inviting all South Africans to come and join us. And of course, the funeral, as announced, will take place in the stadium now on Saturday. So it's all systems go for tomorrow for the National Memorial. I was in an inspection in Loco this morning again, and will be returning this afternoon, and I'm sure that President Hlabisa will make his way down to that venue to ensure that everything is ready, and we are grateful to the family for acceding to our request as a party that this National Memorial be held.
And of course, I see the logistics. There are a lot of heightened police and security that we we're seeing around the homestead here, just in preparation for the funeral. But in terms of mourners, we also heard that mourners might not, be necessarily welcomed to come on Thursday. And this is because of the preparations that are going to be taking place for the burial of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. What can you say to those who wish to come and pay their tributes?
Well, we would like to urge them to respect the family wishes. All of us will do. And I think that Prince Tutugo has been very clear of the reason of why this is, that there are family and traditional rituals that they need to undertake. Also, I think we must appreciate the fact that they have been readily available to all of us since this news broke on Saturday, and they've really not had time to be by themselves as a family to process all of this. And so I do believe that whilst a request had been made to give the family privacy, they were quite understanding that Umntwana kaPhindangene was a man of the people, and therefore it would have been impossible and impractical not to have mourners coming here to KwaPhindangene. So one believes that it is a fair and rational request that the family is making, and we are urging everyone really to come to the memorial tomorrow and the funeral on Saturday. However, also the family has announced that there are daily prayers that are taking place here at KwaPhindangene every day at 5 o'clock, and those are also open to the public, and the family is attending those. So there will be an opportunity to interact with the family and convey one's message of support and condolence. So yes, whilst the family will not be receiving guests during the day and so on and so forth, however, the evening prayer sessions are open to everyone, and we would request that that be respected.
Thank you very much, Mkhuleko Hlengwa, for speaking to us. We appreciate it. Of course, Mkhuleko Hlengwa, just clarifying, relating to the burial plans as well as the memorial service, echoing the words of the family really about, why they seem befitting that this funeral to be then moved to Saturday. And of course, we're expecting quite a number of dignitaries to be arriving here this morning. The deputy president of the ANC, we're told, is one of those that will be making his way into this homestead. But in the afternoon, and we're told that there's also a delegation from the DA, the Democratic Alliance, that is going to be making its way here, as well as the Speaker of the National Assembly. She's also expected to come here to pay tribute to this gallant, politician, and also one of the longest-serving members of Parliament. So those are just some of the people that are expected. But of course, we are seeing quite a number of IFP supporters. We're seeing mourners also gathering this morning. We're told also the IFP Youth Brigade is also likely to make their way here to come and pay their respects.
Thank you so much, eNCA reporter Manqoba Mchunu there in Ulundi at the homestead, KwaPhindangene homestead of the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Of course, he will be laid to rest on Saturday. President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that a Category 1 special funeral will be held for the late Prince.